What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with another review for Baddies Africa. This is what season is this, you guys? Is it season 7? Whatever season it is, season 7, episode 2. The episode is titled Battle of the Baddies. When I tell y'all this was a crazy, wild episode, that don't even begin to describe it, right? So the episode, it opened up where we last left off, right? So you guys remember the last episode, it left off with Anna Mac, Natalie, and Stunner Girl, right? Shout out to the subscriber who told me who Stunner Girl is. So she came from Baddies West. I don't know what season of I don't know which season, how many seasons ago that was, but she came from Baddies West, right? So we see Natalie and Anna going back and forth, right? Natalie, for you to put your hands up like this, baby, Anna Mac was wearing your ass out. Like, she was tearing you the fuck up. Now, you don't look like she tore you up, but when it came to them hits, Anna Mac was getting the hits in on Natalie's ass, right? So then after that, we see Stunner, Stunner ready to get her one in with Anna Mac, right? So Stunner and Anna go at it, right? Now, what I will say, one thing that I did notice about Stunner was getting Anna up against that bar, but was she working Anna? No. It looked like Anna was getting the best of Stunner Girl. It looked like Anna was getting the best of Stunner Girl. So they went a couple of rounds, right? And each round, ha 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 ha, you ain't beat me. I think Anna was doing that because she was expecting for Stunner Girl to whoop her ass, right? But Stunner Girl ain't beat her up. Then this last round they went, I was looking at Stunner Girl's arm, and if you looked at her arm, you saw she was leaking. And I was like, damn, like, what did Anna do to you? Like, what did Anna do something to you? Did security do something to you? Like, and then when Stunner raised up, you could see there was blood coming from her head. I was like, girl, what the hell is going on? Now, I did see that last night she was on social media and she was saying that, she didn't have a gash in her head, that it was in her, she was like, it was up here in her head. But then in this scene, you keep talking about, I'm not bleeding. I'm not bleeding. Baby girl, yes, you are bleeding. Because you're talking about they trying to get the medic for me. You needed the medic because you were bleeding. Like, there was a puddle of blood on your, like, when I tell you a big, huge puddle of blood on your arm, and then you still had something coming from your head, like, girl, you needed the medic. I'm glad that she didn't pass out, because that was a lot. When I tell you guys that was a lot of blood, that was a lot of blood. So Anna, she feeling herself, right? She wanted to go back at it again with Natalie. And so Natalie went into the bathroom with Stunner Girl, and we see Stunner Girl leaving, right? Once again, Stunner Girl keeps talking about she ain't bleeding. I'm like, I don't care who tell you. You might not want to say you bleeding, but baby girl, you're bleeding. So that was it with them. We move on. So here's a question that I wonder. So why is Anna in the intro if Anna didn't go to Africa? Because she ain't in Cape Town. She didn't go to Cape Town. Anna didn't go nowhere. So I'm so confused why Anna is in the credits. But hey, she in the credits. Maybe that's her. Never mind. Shut up. So we see as they finally made it to Cape Town, and the B-roll footage of Cape Town, so fucking beautiful. And I was like, that is so terrible that these girls want to get over here in this in this part of the world, Cape Town, and fuck it up. Even that beautiful ass, when I saw that house, I was like, oh wow, this is a nice house. Too bad these girls gonna tear it up, right? So we see as Natalie and Rolly, they're the first two girls we see in Cape Town, right? So Natalie is, filling Rolly in on what happened with Anna and, what's her name? Stunner Girl, right? So Natalie is talking about how but Anna was talking in their New York accent. She's like, shut up, bitch, before we jump you. I was like, you didn't say that in her face. It was you and Stunner. Y'all both could have took her, but you weren't on that type of time, Natalie. So what are you talking about? Like, Natalie is all big and bad when the person that she's talking big and bad about ain't around. Like, I noticed that. Because even later in the episode when she was talking to DTB, you ain't had all his mouth. Like, you got mouth. Because she even talked about Diamond in this scene, right? She's talking about she's tired of the clout chasing. And Roller like, yeah, you know, any woman that would do that, I kind of look at them funny. Excuse me, ma'am. But y'all are all clout chasing. Y'all are all chasing clout from this show. Like, y'all are all seeking clout. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be on this show. Let's just be real about it. Does Diamond do different things when it comes to her clout chasing? I don't know, because I don't really keep up with Diamond. But yeah, maybe Diamond does do different things, but y'all are all chasing fame and chasing clout. So what are you talking about, Rolly? Like, sit your ass down and shut the fuck up, right? So we move on from that. Now we move on to another bus where the new girls are. So on one bus we have Summer, Dolly, and Big Lex, right? And then we had Fauna, KK, and I believe it was Russian Cream. I could be wrong. I don't know who that other girl was. Who was that girl that's from Who was the girl that's from Miami? Y'all, if y'all know who the girl is from Miami, I might have to go back and look at the credits because I don't remember her. I can't remember her name. But neither here nor there. The one girl. So they asking them girls what they feel about the trio, right? They said they cool with the trio, and I would imagine they would say that they cool with the trio. They don't know y'all. They just are meeting y'all for the first time. So why would they have an issue with y'all? So then we talking to KK, right? So KK is talking to Dolly, and KK is talking about how Diamond and Tinkerbella took her song. If y'all understand, if y'all know anything about KK, let me know in the comment section because I was so confused. I was like, what song? It's like, bitch, it had 40,000 views on it, so you definitely knew the song. I was like, oh, okay. They knew the song. I ain't never even heard of you. Okay, so the other girl, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the girl that was on the other bus, the other girl that was on the bus with them is Kay Rickson, right? It's either Kay Rickson or Russian Cream, but I think it's Kay Rickson. I think it's Kay Rickson that was on that bus. So it's Kay Rickson. So at a certain point, they were cool. They were riding on the bus, but then I think somebody asked about how they feel about Summer, and you know, Fana spoke up and said what she feels, and Fauna feels that when it comes to I can't remember exactly what she said, but she feels like Summer just runs her mouth a lot and don't mean half the shit that she say. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember everything that girl said, right? So then somehow Summer wanted to go back and forth with Fauna, and she was like, because Fauna was like, you don't remember me from the auditions. Then we get on to the whole thing of how to pronounce Fauna's name. It's easy. Now, the way her name is spelled, it doesn't look like Fauna, but she says her name is Fauna. So we're going to call her Fauna. That's what her name is, right? But Summer's old, dusty, trout mouth, raggedy ass wants to sit there and say, don't nobody give a fuck. You know, I call you whatever the fuck I want to call you. We don't play those games. Those ain't games we play. And so KK is like, nah, you don't call my bitch by her name. And so KK and Summer then started fighting with each other. It was a whole commotion on that bus. I was like, what the fuck is going on this bus? Baby, when I tell you they were fighting, like KK was fighting Summer, then Fauna fought Summer, then Bad Dolly jumped in, and Dolly and somebody, I don't know who was fighting who. Now, I don't know if I noticed if Lex jumped her raggedy ass in, but they were fighting each other, and I was like, it's a lot of shit going on in this bus. They eventually had to pull that bus over because those girls were fighting so much. They had to pull the damn bus over, pull the three off, Summer, Dolly, and Lex. Pulled them off the bus, right? Then Summer ran behind and opened up one of the doors and started swinging on them. And so the other girls opened up a window on the bus. Now, this is nasty. I think it was KK, she tried to spit at Summer. Now, she didn't touch Summer, but they did douse Summer with water, right? So we move on from them. I'm like, what y'all gonna do with them? Like, there was another bus behind them, but I'm pretty sure they probably had production equipment and stuff on it. But so they pulled them off the bus, right? So then we get over here with the other girls. So it is DTB, Pretty P, Scotty, and Ivory, right? And we're introduced to the other girls. So we're introduced to Tavi Baby, introduced to Russian Cream, or Russian, what is that her name? Russian Cream, whatever her name is. Russian Cream and LCK, right? So we're introduced to those girls. I thought this bus ride was gonna be smooth. Cause they got on the bus, they were getting along with each other, they were kikiing with each other, they were having fun, they were talking to each other. I was thinking things were gonna go smoothly on this bus until Diamond said something to Tavi Baby. So y'all know I don't keep up with nothing, baddies. Once I do these reviews, I'm done. I don't care. So I guess when Natalie and Diamond were having their back and forth, I guess Tavi Baby got on social media and said something about Diamond. So Diamond is trying to check Tavi. They get into a fight with each other. Can't tell you who won. What I can tell you though is when Tavi fell on the ground at one point, Diamond was just Inca, just hitting her in the head, right? I was like, okay, Diamond, because you can't fight otherwise, but cool. So they kept going. So that bus, they were able to calm things down. Then we went back over to the other bus. They still were trying to go at each other. So Summer got on the bus at one point, and so Fauna was like, lean your head in right quick. Lean your head in real quick. She was like, lean your head in real quick. So they started fighting. Also, why Dolly didn't have no panties on? Like, Dolly and this skirt. Well, Dolly ain't got no panties or no bra on. Cause Dolly and that skirt, that skirt was hiked so far up, all you could see was her ass. And I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but dude, she got a BBL. Like, that gives BBL ass. But I mean, all you saw was her ass cheeks just hanging out. I was like, girl, you ain't got nobody's panties on. So that bus ain't going nowhere. That bus is going absolutely nowhere because these girls are still trying to fight each other. Now, Summer did spit on KK. I would have tried to, it ain't no I would have tried. I would have beat the brakes off that little raggedy ass heifer. So then we see as Natalie and Rolly made it to the house, right? The house is gorgeous. Oh my God, I loved that house. Zeus, you did it. You did a good job with this one, because from what I saw when I was watching Midwest, them houses y'all had them girls saying it in the Midwest, atrocious. This house right here in Cape Town, y'all did a good job. So Natalie and Rolly got to the house, right? There's some dancers there. I felt so bad for those dancers. I was like, oh, I hope they paid y'all well enough for this stupid shit. Because y'all came here just to entertain the girls, but the girls are going to be entertainment for y'all. And y'all going to have to run from these girls to make sure that y'all don't get hit by swinging hands, weaves and wigs flying everywhere. Like, I was feeling so bad for them people. I was like, ooh, shit. So Natalie was like, yeah, there are a bunch of girls that are coming. So Rolly and I are going to go over here and get a baddie shot o'clock. Ugh, I can't stand the way Natalie talks. So the first bus, oh my God, the first bus got there. Clocky. I hate when Summer does that. Like, so they get there right. So it's Summer. Dolly and her skirt still hiked up her ass, and Lex and whatever Lex got on, right? So they get there and they dancing with the dancers, right? So then the other girls get off the bus. Bitch, when the other girls got off the bus, Fauna wanted to run it with Summer. I was like, run it with her. So Fauna swinging, pop, 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 pop. And I was like, okay, whoop her ass. Finish her. Like I was like, finish her ass. So then after that, it was just a whole melee after this at this point, right? Because Dolly came and jumped in at one point, and Natalie was like, "What the fuck is going on here? Like, do y'all know each other? Like, what happened?" So they're telling Natalie what happened on the bus and the disrespect, right? And so she was like, "Well, y'all gonna be here in this house together because I'm not gonna be here all the time." Really, Natalie? You that? See, here's my problem with you, Natalie. You want to be the CEO, you want to be their boss, but you also want to be on this show. So why can't you stay in the house with the girls? Like that makes no sense to me. If you don't want to participate, if you only want to go to like to the club and all that kind of stuff, then be the executive producer that is in the background. Like don't come on the show. Like that's what gets on my nerves with Natalie, right? So they all run it again. Everybody whooping everybody at this point, right? I don't know who was who, because everybody is fighting Summer and Dolly at this point, right? And see, here's my problem when it comes to Summer and Dolly, because at one point when Summer fighting somebody, then Dolly wants to come over there and swing, and then when Dolly's fighting somebody, Summer wants to come over there and swing. But them girls were giving it to him. KK, KK, K. Rickson, and what's the other girl name? Fauna. Baby, they were giving it to them girls, and I was here for every minute of it, right? I was here for every minute. Even though I don't like, I'm not a big fan of Big Lex, I was glad that there were points where I didn't see, unlike last season at the reunion, I didn't see Big Lex trying to jump in. But there was one point where she did try to jump in, and Gravity and Water got her ass. Because when that girl tried to, I don't know if it was K. Rickson, because by this point, they had to change clothes. They had on different clothes, right? So somebody had on a black shirt. I think that was K. Rickson. No, that could have been Fauna. Because I think Fauna had a black shirt on too. So. Gravity and Water had Big Lex on her ass. And I was like, I was clapping. I was cheering. I was happy to see Lex fall on her ass. I rewinded that thing twice to see that, right? So then the other girls come, right? And when I saw Pretty P get off that bus, I was like, Pretty P is ready to whoop some ass. Because her face she was scrunched up. I was like, ooh, Pretty P, get in there and beat the fuck out of Summer. Speaking of Summer, and speaking of users, like y'all, this is what happened with Bad Girls Club. I remember it, even though I didn't watch Jayla's season, but I do remember Jayla and the twins, right? Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But I do remember Jayla and the twins. I think Jayla and the twins sued either Bina Murray or Oxygen, one of them too, because those girls on season, what is Jayla's season, y'all? I don't know Jayla's season. But whatever Jayla's season is, those girls, if I'm not mistaken, because I was watching Wes from A Connection TV, he interviewed Jayla, and those girls destroyed their property. Like they destroyed their stuff. And then this stuff with Summer. Summer is destroying property and stealing from people. So we found out from Pretty P that not only did Summer steal her purse, she took her money and her watch. I was like, you a little bum broke ass bitch that you gotta steal from, like you really gotta steal from somebody. Like that's low. And Zeus ain't said, Zeus, this is why I would never, if ever do a Zeus show. Unless, no, I would never do a Zeus show. Ever. Like you could never get me to do anything Zeus. Unless it would be hosting something, which I know I'm not gonna be a host of nothing unless I'm hosting something, or or I pitch a show to Zeus, bitch. It would never happen. Never in a million years. Because that just tells you right there that you don't care about your talent. Oh, I'm using talent loosely. That just means that you don't care about your people. Because if you allow someone to take someone else's purse, because you know she didn't come in there with a purse, so why would you? And so we'll get to it. So Natalie is being messy, because I heard Natalie. She was like, Pretty P, I heard that somebody took your purse, and I was like, you heard that somebody took her purse. Why didn't nobody give her fucking purse back and make sure her stuff was in her fucking purse? Y'all wanted this scene. Y'all wanted her to fight Summer. So she fought Summer. Told Summer's ass up. Them poor dancers. Those poor dancers. Because when they got to fighting, they were fighting in front of the dancers, and then the dancers had to move out the way, but some of them didn't move out the way fast enough because they on the couch fighting each other, right? Pretty P, babe. Pretty P. Pretty P, pretty P, pretty P, pretty, that's a tongue twister, how I said it. Pretty P, babe. I really, my love, I really need you to stop fighting with your head down. Girl, if you don't stop fighting with your fucking head down, keep your head up because you was giving it to Summer. Keep your fucking head up and stop looking down every time you fight that girl. Now, there was one point where she was fighting Summer and baby, she had Summer leaking. I was like, ooh, Summer's mouth was leaking. I was like, okay, pretty P, you gave it to her. Like you told that ass up. And I was here for it. Like I was here for Pretty P. I was here for Pretty P giving it to Summer, lame ass, none other. So then Diamond and Natalie had a conversation, right? Again, like I said, Natalie, you got all this mouth. You got mouth all day, right? You weren't trying to fight. You know, Diamond said, if you want to fight, we can do that. And Natalie's like, I don't want to fight. I'm not fighting you. That's what you want. Then you stop talking too, Natalie. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I really want you to shut up if you don't want to fight this girl, right? So then Tavi is like, well, you owe me a one-on-one. Ma'am. You are mad because on the bus, Diamond threw some liquids at you. I don't know what the shit was in that cup that she threw at the girl. I don't want to guess to what it was, but she threw something at her. So Tavi slipped and Diamond was hitting you. Ma'am, you slipped, not her. Y'all both are in the same, like, you're the one that slipped and she got the advantage over you. So what are you talking, like, so they get to fighting. Honestly, neither one of them can fight. So they keep fighting, and then we see as Lex, she snuck Scotty. Also, run it back real quick. Summer, you lame ass, whack ass, dumb ass little girl. I didn't speak on this last week about her mentioning Emmett Till. Somebody needs to, I want somebody, the biggest and the roughest girl, to tear your ass up. Just beat you to oblivion. Then you threw Pretty P's watch in the pond. Are you that miserable in your, like, you are a pathetic person. Summer is just a no for me. If y'all like Summer at this point, I don't care. I can't stand a little raggedy mouth. Oh God. I'm so glad that Lex gonna get not Lex, but Ivory gonna get a hold of her next week in next week's episode and commence to whooping that ass. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Baddies Africa, you guys. In the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.